beautiful people out there. I'm Radhika and welcome to my channel. This is episode of Quarantine and Mental Health series, and this episode is all about anxiety. So today I am collaborating with personal coach, personal excellence coach Anushka. So hi Anushka, thanks for joining me.
Hello everyone, I'm your personal excellence coach Anushka, and today I'm in connection with Radhika Sahu and her Instagram handle Let's Talk for Wellbeing. So I think she's doing already great to promote wellness and taking wellness at such high peak. So yeah, I am your psychologist, and today we will talk about what is anxiety and what are its coping mechanisms.
So not wasting much of your time, let's get into the video. So when it comes to anxiety, it is a very serious issue and it is something we need to pay attention to. And anxiety is something, it is a feeling of extreme unpleasant fear and apprehension. And the symptoms of anxiety is, there are physical symptoms as well and mental symptoms as well. It can be heart palpitations, tiredness, dizziness, sleeplessness, extra level of tension, hypervigilance, and many more things. So not wasting much of your time, I just want Coach Anushka to tell you in brief what is anxiety and how to cope up with anxiety. Anushka, over to you.
Now, I'll be talking about the coping mechanisms for anxiety, but before I start with the coping mechanisms, I'll give you a fun tip. So, change what you can, what is under your control. Accept the rest because you deserve the best. So, this is what I'll start with a mantra always when I talk about any well being or anything. So, yeah. So other thing I would start is what is anxiety. So in a very layman language, I would say that anxiety is an excessive and a persistent worry about everyday life. It can be about anything. But this worry is normal when you have this in stressful times because it's a natural response to stress we give. But what about when worry goes out of control? There are some bunch of people who take this worry out of proportion. They blow things out of proportion, and once one event happens, they will attach with lot many events of worry, and this will add up their worry. Right? So I would talk about that worry takes up lot of symptoms. For example, you become irritable, you have fatigueness, you don't feel like concentrating, there is no active participation, your mind is all the time engaged because you are spiraled in the anxious thought. So now this is where we have to break the pattern of anxiety, because if you keep spiraling in this negative thought, that can affect your immunity and it can overall risk your mental well-being. So now I'll be talking about some coping mechanisms. Now they come into place so that you can use them to ease your anxiety. Number 1, stop and breathe. As the word suggests, stop and breathe, just give a pause to yourself and do deep breathing. Focus on your deep and intense breaths so that it deviates you from the event. So while you breathe, always use the mantra be present. So when you breathe in and when you breathe out, make sure you focus on the word stay present. That will give you the awareness that you are in the now and the present moment. Now further on, what you can do is when anxiety flares you, take a time out and give a pause and ask yourself what is making you so nervous? What is the event about? Because most of the times we are worrying about our future or we are worrying about our past. So it is very important to lose the grip of anxiety when you are aware about the present moment, to clear your mind of worry. Make sure you bring your mind to the present moment. That will help you to ease. Now, I will talk with the second strategy, and that is figure out what is bothering you. Now, as this talks about is what is the root cause of anxiety? What is the behind reason for anxiety? Now, what is the trigger for anxiety? Always make sure that you know the reason for your anxiety, because to get down to the bottom of this anxiety, you must explore your thoughts. You must explore your thought patterns. Now, ways you can explore your thought patterns is journaling your thoughts. This is a very great way. You can always keep a notepad, aside your bed, or you can talk to a friend, a very trustful friend, so that you can share your feelings. always make sure that you release these negative thoughts. The anxiety which you have in your inner mind, release it. Offload your mind. Journaling is a very great way so that you can write them. You can make sure that it is out of your body and it is not consuming you and your life. So this is what you can do with the second step. Know the trigger of your anxiety. Number 3, focus on what you can change. Always make sure, guys, that you are working on the statement that you can always control things that are under you. You can't control the environment, but you can always change the response to the environment that you give. So I would say that life is unpredictable. How hard you try, you can't control the things that has to happen. But what we can do is you can always equip yourself and prepare yourself for the unknown danger. This is where you turn your anxiety into a powerful strength, in a powerful statement by letting go of the fear. Have gratitude, do appreciation, rather than thinking about the potential risk that you can have. For example, when we are worrying, we think about lot of worrying, right? We think that we'll lose our job, maybe our loved one can get ill, but beside thinking this, we can say, I have a job and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to have this job. Convert your anxiety into a powerful strength. Give insight what you have and what you can control. Always make sure that you can change your reactions. You can convert your reactions into constructive ones to deal with the situation. Next, fourth is focus on something that is less anxiety provoking. When you feel that you are having such anxiety thoughts, redirect your mind, engage yourself from that situation, take away yourself from that situation. At that time, do things what you love, the things you have interest in, your favorite hobbies. You can do anything that you find creative, reading a book, playing, reorganizing, doing your household chores. These are all that will help you to deal with anxiety. Now, next, the most important step is to challenge your negative thoughts. Test your negative thoughts, how relevant and how useful they are. Because sometimes these negative thoughts have no base, but they can fear you to a very worse level, and it can have adverse impact on your well-being. Always make sure that you can test them, and there are 3 questions that you can always ask yourself that will give you awareness about your negative spiraling. Number 1, is this a productive thought? Ask this. Number 2, is this helping me to get closer to your goal? Is it? Number 3, this is so difficult to do, but this is important. Number 4, is this adding to my mental well-being? Once you are able to answer all these 4 questions, you will get awareness about your negative thought pattern, and you will have insight about it so that you can work in the now moment rather than worrying about the future which has not happened yet, and stop worrying about your past which has already been happened, because that is the chapter which is closed for life. And now you can work on the now and the present moment to lead a beautiful future. I think all these strategies and these coping mechanisms help you to deal with anxiety and lead a very healthy and a soothing life.
Thank you, Anushka, for the insight. I hope this helps my viewer in coping up with anxiety. Thanks for joining me. And if you want to say something in the end, over to you.
Thank you so much, Radhika Sahu, for having me on your episodes on mental well-being. I hope all the strategies and coping mechanisms help you and they empower you in some way so that it takes away all the pressure and the strain away from your head. Last but not the least, one statement I would say: you don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. You are more bigger than a picture. So just go and explore the world with safety, because you're a lot more. Thank you so much for having me and for your precious time.
Hope you like this video. Hope this information was helpful to you. And if you like this video, do like, comment, share and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so whenever I come up with a new video, you get to know. And until next time, as I always say, treat yourself good, cause why not? Thank you.